clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Sooners ready to get this thing started and open the season. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start. Everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Got the first down and still on his feet. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Turning it on. Touchdown, Ohio State. He got a step and just dusted the field. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The give to the back. At the 35, he's open. There he goes. At the 30. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. He now has 63 yards rushing now. What a way to start this season. After a play like that, you have to get it in the end zone on this drive. They'll move the wide receiver. He's got it on the right. Touchdown, Sooners! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
We may have a a situation here. You might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Hand off from the shotgun. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that...
Oh, he found a space on the right. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly. He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands, and he showed you that. Great vision, great speed, phenomenal job after the catch, and it's a big play for the offense in the passing game.
The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. He wants it all. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Looking down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting, get some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster, and they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on third. With the catch, it's Jordan. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on third down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the catch. It's Marshall. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Bunch formation for these receivers. The toss to the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, they're after him. Snag in the middle. It's Thomas. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They believe they can run right here. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll run it to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jordan. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was 3rd down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the sticks to set up 4th.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here's the heat. That's caught. It's Marshall. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And the Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Might be changing the route. A 1st down run in the red zone. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Big fella moving. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
Using the quick game. And he goes down right there. That play's going to lose yardage.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. Pressure coming. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, the next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Just needs a crack to get a return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. This drive started from their own 26. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quick strike complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Under fire. A strike downfield. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Fires to the right. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Jordan. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to turn the corner on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's Jordan. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
He'll throw on third down. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Wants to throw on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking. And something's a little bit off, and I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards, because everything's been difficult today.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. He'll try to do it himself. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Might be calling a hot route. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They get to him as he throws. Wide open downfield. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The Sooners moving quickly to the line. Right on the money. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Timely decisions, effective play management, helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, a small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. Flushed out of the pocket. The throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Sooner! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How about the play by the big defensive lineman? Not known for interceptions, usually getting after the quarterback, stopping the run. Had a chance to make an interception and then do something with it. Take it all the way back to the house. No, ladies and gentlemen, that was not in slow motion, but he got in the end zone, and that's all that matters.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. It's complete to the left. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To the ground, he's got it again. And And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's looking deep. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And that one will put them up here in the second half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Runs through the tackle. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll run it. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Motion from the wideout. Leaves it with the running back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And the Sooners come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They just keep firing. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the 4th quarter. One-possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that 4th down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion and turnover on downs.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Using his feet to buy time. Fires to the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Pocket breaking down. Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run, and this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Looking to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Catch in the middle, it's Clark. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Got his man on the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. The give as they work on that clock. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kansas State looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've ever seen this offense look this crisp. They're up by 24 over Texas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Going right to work up top. He fires one deep over the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the...
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that sack.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lofts one down the sideline. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right.
He'll take a shot. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. Throws to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Let's go. Talk about having 1 foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the...
Trying to beat the D deep. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Returns it down to the 35-yard line as they cash in on the opportunity to force a turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Payne. Breaks into the open. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.